Hello, friends. A Mosquito is exploring a bridge at the rear of the horde, under which it finds that Ivan has stored a tasty amount of anti-tank mines, so it immediately dives onto them. But nothing happens, so they're forced to send a second Mosquito to investigate. The first one fell asleep on the job, but the second finished by turning Ivan's bridge into party mode. Is this new? A reconnaissance Mosquito from the Kraken Special Forces group watches as a group of invaders decides to burn their own tactical Bukanka. Apparently, they weren't too eager to go on the next meat assault riding the sandwich bread. Meanwhile, the Signum unit continues hunting orcs in the forests of Lyman, but sometimes alone. Sometimes they find a really big target, like in this case where they find a self-propelled howitzer, an invader, which is quickly taken out. This is an endangered species. After 4 years of war to ensure demilitarization, more Mosquitoes keep coming to systematically dismantle this survivor of Ivan's once powerful artillery forces. Good hit on the session initiation protocol driver's post. This baby isn't going anywhere. Speaking of demilitarizing artillery, a Baba Yaga bomber from the Lazar Unmanned Systems Group is out in the open. A Boyevaya Machina, 27 Uragan heavy rocket launcher from the Horde, which immediately starts firing some rockets. However, it turned out to be tougher than expected, so a couple of attack Mosquitoes arrived to help with the chakra adjustment treatment of the invading piece. Which, after a second round of launching, finally goes into party mode. Given the hard work to achieve this goal, Baba Yaga decides to land at a safe distance to admire his work and record it for posterity. Meanwhile, the operators of the First Center of Unmanned Systems Forces continue launching their strategic attack Mosquitoes against Ivan's air defense assets in the rear of his front. And in this case, they take good care of a tactical, high-power operational responder air defense system. Each destruction opens corridors for increasingly deeper raids into the rear of the Horde. A Ukrainian ground drone advances on a mission to lay an anti-tank mine line somewhere on the front. I have to admit that the first time I saw it, I thought the mines were mini ground attack drones. Does the line of mines moving forward look fun? I imagine Ivan is going to die laughing. A new action sequence from Fast and Blyad, this time between a Mosquito lying in ambush on a Z road and a tactical Bukanka from the Horde. Definitely Ivan drives way too slow. The attack Mosquito Battalion of the Cardia Brigade continues clearing the Kupiansk area. From the Orc Infantry, which tries to advance on this front, a task they accomplish with high effectiveness, both day and night. You hide in a building, they call, and then a visitor arrives at your door. You walk alone through the bushes. Grenade for Bose. Illegal assembly of orcs, fine for all three. The Mosquitoes make Ivan shine all over this territory. I don't think the invaders will be able to keep advancing. Here. Run, 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 he didn't run. Another orc is taking cover inside a building. Bad idea? Eviction notice delivered via suppository. In any case, I think the 5th Brigade wins. Today's orc space launch competition sent him off with his fighter and everything. If you look closely, you can see the orc evacuating the house. This is bad news. Why? The International Legion of Ukraine, a unit formed at the end of February 2022 to receive foreign volunteers willing to fight against the invaders, was quietly dissolved on December 31, 2025, by decision of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, The foreign fighters from the 4 battalions were transferred to regular units of the Ukrainian army. In 2025, the Legion had been significantly reduced due to casualties, desertions, few recruits, and friction with regular units. Legionnaires were surprised and upset by the decision and by being transferred to units that don't have translators. Several of them chose to end their contracts and leave Ukraine instead of joining assault units, where they fear losing the cohesion, English-speaking environment, and prestige that the Legion provided them. Note that the International Legion, commanded by the Ukrainian Military Intelligence Agency, will stay active and unchanged. In addition, it continues to recruit experienced foreign combat veterans for specialized missions in reconnaissance, sabotage, and other high-value operations, preserving elite foreign talent in more specific roles. Anyway, many thanks to all the legionnaires who fought for 4 years for the freedom of Ukraine. Let's switch to some better news. In an apparent attempt to hide the catastrophic human losses and setbacks of their invasion, Russia has now decided to completely block the WhatsApp app, adding it to the restrictions already imposed on Telegram and YouTube. A couple of days ago, Russian users reported that the messaging platform's domain had disappeared from Roskomnadzor's domain name system servers. As a result, Mortarite users can no longer access the app without a VPN. These decisions have caused a wave of discontent among Russia's ZMIL blogger community, who have warned that thousands of units will be left without real-time communication. This could have disastrous consequences, since Russia doesn't have a viable alternative to Telegram. According to war correspondent Alexander Slatkov, the Horde doesn't have a platform that offers a viable alternative for the army. What will we replace Telegram with? In times of war? The West already dealt us a fatal blow when they paid for Starlink, and now we are also burying our own command and communication apps. How exactly do they expect us to win? The inclusive pro-military Telegram channel Maoris pointed out that for mobile combat groups fighting against drones, Telegram has long been the only communication channel. Closed-door chats ensured coordination between combat teams when radios failed. What will we do now? The orcs on the front are in a panic, as one of them explains to us. I want to appeal to Roskomnadzor and the commanders, to anyone whom Vladimir Vladimirovich will listen to. The Telegram platform allows us to quickly exchange information and fight alongside the government. Do you need transport management, MAPL police options? Thank you. The fact that now you want to take this tool away from us, well, he who sows the wind will reap the storm. We are the worthy children of our people. We are not opponents, and we are always willing to defeat the enemy on any field, no matter how hard or easy it is for us. But now, the process of exchanging information and interaction, which was established with great difficulty, is now becoming even more complicated. At this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if Putin starts sending carrier pigeons to the frontline units. Come on, nothing, he says, we're winning. How do you panic block all social media apps? Meanwhile, Ukrainian command posts don't seem to have any bandwidth issues. For those who want to see additional content, we invite you to subscribe to our Patreon, where for just $1, you'll have access to uncensored war videos. Visit our store and discover items from Ukraine's distinguished units. Each purchase directly supports United 24, contributing to reconstruction, civil aid, and defense. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel.